So, hello everyone on YouTube around the world. It's me, Joshua, a.k.a. futurefilmmaker 3940 here once again, and I have been planning this, and so we're here to talk about season one of of one of the coolest TV shows on TV right now, and that is yeah, and that is Supergirl. So yeah, I'm here with one of my two special guest members, Sean.
Hello.
So, yes, it's Sean, Vader 2591. John Avenger will be here soon. He's going to be running a little late, but we are the basic thing we're going to do for this is we're going to talk about the season and talk about our episode, talk about the episodes and talk about some of the and talk about our favorite and our least favorite episodes. So let's begin. But before we start, we're going to explain how did we get interested in this show. So since I'm the host, I will go first. I found out news about this show before they even started showing promotion for it. I was interested in it. I thought it would look pretty cool, and I thought that it looked awesome. And when I heard that they were casting Melissa Benoist as the character, I got excited because I've been a fan of Melissa Benoist
Glee.
since Glee, and I liked her in Whiplash, so I decided, hey, why not watch this show? It's awesome, and this will probably do Supergirl right. So one day on CBS, I watched it, and I eventually start to grow attached to the show even more. I started watching each new episode, and then when on its former TV station CBS, but it's now on the CW, and with CW, it allows the show to take more risks. So yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts on this whole Supergirl show. So Sean he will give his thoughts on how he became interested in the show.
So yeah, I first of all was a fan of Superman movies. I really liked those, and then and I've never seen the Supergirl movie, but I don't really plan to after what I've heard from it. After I've heard it's complete shit.
I haven't watched it either, and I don't plan to see it.
But yeah, I heard about the show through John Avenger, who was not here yet, but he told me about it. He told me it was really good. I pretty much missed the entire first season because I hadn't watched it at the time, so I caught the entire first season on Netflix. Like I binged every episode, and I really got into it. I really enjoyed it. It was an interesting take on this character, and I kind of found it interesting how they were somewhat kind of inspired by the Donner era of Superman, which I thought was really cool. Even though it's Supergirl, not Superman, but still pretty cool. I would mention a reference they make to one of the movies, but that's in season 2, not season 1. But it was a nice reference, though. But I'll probably bring it up when we do season 2.
Yeah, we will do season 2 in May.
Well, I'm just saying I want to bring up the reference, but I'm going to wait until we do season 2 for it. But yeah, I really enjoy the show. I like the characters, and it's nice to know that Skylar Lee has come a long way from. I'm just going to say the movie because I don't want to say what she actually does in the movie because it's dirty. But
no, you can go on to say. You can
She's
go
coming
on and
along.
say it. I don't mind it. You're not hurting the show. You can go on and say it.
I'm just gonna say she's
You can
come a
say
long
anything you
way.
want.
She's come a long way since Not Another Teen Movie. I would say that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. And speaking of that movie, I think they only put Molly Ringwald in the for a cameo just so that she could name drop Pretty in Pink. I think it's the only reason why they gave her a cameo. But
all
yeah,
right.
that's not an teen movie. But yeah, I really enjoy the show. I think most Vanilla is really good in this role. Um, let's see. It's a shame that DC is not doing like Marvel, where they're crossing the movies and TV shows. 'Cause I would actually
Yeah,
like to
yeah,
see,
I would
I would
love to see it.
Noise and Cavill on screen together. But then again, they'd have to have Grant Gustin as the Flash, and then have Stephen Amell as Arrow, which I thought would be fucking awesome in the movies. But they're not crossing the movies and show like Marvel does, which is fine. They don't want to be different from Marvel.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah,
So yeah,
I really like the show. I think it's a lot of fun.
so yeah, that's are those your thoughts?
Door.
I, I, hang on, hang on. I'm gonna mute myself for a minute.
But yeah, I just really enjoyed the show. It's a lot of fun. So yeah. And I would get the DVD eventually, or the Blu-ray possibly. I don't know, but hopefully I can find it on home media sometime because it's a really good show.
Yeah, they have it on. Yeah, they have it on Blu-ray.
I know I've seen.
Man. So yeah. Those are our that's our thoughts. We were and basically again how we're going to talk about this show is that we're going to discuss each ever each episode, talk about our least favorite one, our favorite one, and we might make a couple of references to Richard Donner's Superman, but it's necessary because after all, she is his cousin. So, and I'm the first, and what better way to start off talking about the show is than starting with episode 1, the pilot episode. So we're gonna talk about the pilot.
So yeah,
and
okay. Basically, what we really need to know is Krypton destroyed. Kara gets sent to Earth to watch over Clark, but apparently she gets caught in the Phantom Zone, which apparently you don't age in said Phantom Zone. Because by the time Kara gets to Earth, Clark's already full grown and is already actively Superman. And so Clark has her be raised by friends of his known as the Danvers, and that's pretty much how the first pilot goes. Or at least opening.
yes. Yeah, what he just explained, and then we go from there, and then 12 years later, she's an adult. She's working at Catco. One night, her sister Alex is on a plane, and she's leaving for a flight to Geneva. And so what that happens, Kara, she realizes it, and she uses her powers for the first time in years, and flies to the rescue and saves the plane. Which, again, I have to say that the plane scene is done better than they did in Superman Returns. I'm not saying that the plane scene in Superman Returns is bad. I'm not saying the plane scene in that movie was bad. I just feel like the show did it much more cooler in terms of style and how I could actually see what's going on. So yeah. I do agree. And I thought for this first episode they really brought a lot of lighthearted. a lot of fun, a lot of cool jokes, and you get to know the characters very well. Amazing narration at the beginning. Hello, John. We're talking about the pilot episode now. But before I go on with the pilot, I'm going to let you explain how you became a fan of Supergirl. If you can hear me. So you can go on and give your thoughts how you became a fan of the show. So yeah, I'm going to let John talk. If we can hear him. If we can. You can't hear him?
No.
I think he
At this point, it's safe to say the comic book.
Sorry, we're experiencing some technical
difficulties.
Hello, Jared. I'm going to be reading the comments. Okay, so you're back now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Like I said, you can. Before I go on any further with the pilot and our thoughts, I'm going to let you explain how you became interested in the show. So you have the floor.
Hold on. Yes, I know the Google effects aren't going to work past the 25th. Anyway, the first season of Supergirl, yeah, I watched this show back in 2015 when it was on the CW. I had never seen the 84 film. I only saw the ending of it. I never saw the whole thing. No, I didn't.
It started on CBS. The first before
it was on the CW. It was on CBS. Yeah. And I saw it back in like October of 2015. I was interested because I'm like, oh, cool, a Supergirl TV show. I wonder how this is going to be. I was kind of concerned because in the trailers they were putting that fight song in the soundtrack, and I'm like, oh, please don't let this be a feminist thing because it's going to hurt, you know. But because after all the feminism that's in films and shows now, I didn't want it to be that. But no, it caught me by surprise. I mean, they made the character relevant. You know, she didn't have to stand in Superman's shadow anymore. And, you know, they got the right actress to play her, Melissa Benoist. I never seen Glee, so she was a new face to me. And, you know, she made the character badass, which is why I keep watching the show.
Yes.
Now, the first season I thought was stronger in some cases than the second season because one, they had better villains. Maxwell Lord was better than any villain in season 2. 2, they didn't have the stupid agenda with Alex that they had to make her gay just to be different from her sister. And I'm like, that was just stupid. That was a dumb agenda that I thought was misplaced. 3, you know, it was an introduction and it teased Superman. But when, you know, we got Superman season 2, I was good to see him come back. And, I like the characters in the first season. Even Kat, she was missing in the second season. Whatchamacallit? What's her face?
Yeah.
Damn it. Callista Flockhart. Yeah.
Yeah, Flockhart.
Yeah, I missed her in the second season. Instead they recast her with some Spanish guy. What was it? Ian Gomez. Yeah. In Catco. Yeah, he's there. He's not as.
The funny thing is, apparently Flockhart kind of makes an in joke where she says, "I don't marry celebrities." Like, sweetheart, you're married to Indiana Jones.
Yeah, one of the greatest actors ever.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I know.
Jared.
And then ever since when I saw the first season on CBS, I didn't, you know, I was like, okay, it's gonna get renewed, and it did, and then it went to another network, and they pretty much did that so they could tie it up with the Flash and Arrow and so the other ones.
Legends of
Tomorrow, yeah, because Gotham's on Fox, so that doesn't count. But yeah, that's a beautiful outfit. Look at that. That's a great pose.
Yes.
And I was surprised because I was like, I've seen, I saw Lois and Clark when I was a kid. I didn't see Smallville because they teased too much of Superman and they never showed him in the costume. Here, they weren't afraid to show her in the costume. And I like the actors for the most part, except in the season 2, it just, the Maggie chick, you could cut her out. You don't need her. She does nothing. McSplicklick, whatever his name is, he annoyed me in the second season. I'm glad he wasn't in the first season. That stupid magician Harry Potter knockoff, just it's horrible. So annoying. Sean, you may have hated Guy Courtney as what's his face in Suicide Squad. This guy was even worse. Yeah, he was annoying, but this guy had more screen time and was more annoying because everything he said wasn't funny. I was like, just get off my screen, explicitly face. Just get out of my face, please. Yeah. He destroyed. He destroyed that episode for me and the stupid subplot. But the first season I thought was really strong. It definitely introduced the character in a big way. The effects look great. These action sequences work.
You
the
can
humor doesn't feel
see
forced.
what's going on.
Yeah, I know. And the special effects look better than a lot of the movies I've seen in the last 10 years. Some of these sci-fi movies that the CGI just takes me out of it. Like Jupiter Ascending. It looks awful. I'm like, but some of the effects look good, but some of it just it takes me out of it,
Yeah,
R.I.P.D. Independence Day Resurgence, just bad CGI, just terrible. Here it looks like it has a budget, and I like one thing I didn't like in either season is the stupid soundtrack. I hate the soundtrack in this show. Every time they do like a serious scene between the characters, they put a stupid soundtrack that would have been bad in the 90s. I mean, it's like you and me talking, and then they'd be like, it's like noise. The Superman theme worked in Christopher Reeve's films because it added to the experience. Here, the soundtrack that they add, not the score, the soundtrack, it distracts me. It's like, no, just shut it off. It's annoying. You're ruining the scene.
Speaking of what you see going on, I'm sorry, Sean, but that was kind of an issue with me with Man of Steel. I couldn't see Superman flying. But don't worry, I still like Man of Steel, though.
It was too much of this, just like shaking and you see like his face up close. I'm like, at least here they show Melissa Benoist and they don't shy away from her flying. It looks awesome. I think
one thing I like about this, and I know John is gonna piss you off, but they fixed this movie. They do what this movie couldn't do.
Well, I still like the film despite that. That movie was not cheap looking. Like I'll take that over 4 any day.
I hate that movie.
Supergirl does the evil
this movie
Supergirl,
couldn't do.
Where she's like shooting. It's an homage to that. I like that, but it's not as long. Like it just made her mean for like 1 episode, and she's like, she pushes Cat off the building. Yeah, I remember that.
But
it was done.
Suck it, Lester. It's like, go fuck yourself, Lester.
Livewire was a decent villain in season 1. Talia Ricci's character, I think her name was what was it? Not Banshee or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Something like that. She was the ending of the season. It's set up for season 2, and it was great because we got Mon-El, who I love that character. I think he's a very well developed character, and I wish we could see him in the DCEU because he's well done. He's
now you know how
I wish Cavill was, because he's manly, but he's not frowny. He has a sense of humor. He doesn't get the world that he lives in, and him and Melissa Benoist have amazing chemistry in season 2. It's off the charts.
And I'm very happy for Benoist and Chris Wood because they're dating. I'm very happy for them.
I'm glad because after that messy divorce last year, last year was so hard for a lot of people, and just to bounce back from that with an actor that's really good that I like, actually, Chris Wood, and it works. It makes the show even more enjoyable because the Alex and Maggie I don't care about. Just I'm like, I'm sorry, you're trying to turn me off, and I'm like, I like Chyler Lee. I think she's beautiful. I can't be trusted with her. I can't. I'm sorry. Look at her. Oh, the short hair. I'm like, she's sexy. You can't oh, she's gay now. Now you hate her? No, I don't. I'm sorry. These girls in this show are beautiful. You can't let's just throw a gay subplot to please the LGBTQ. It's not for me.
have Alex date a boy, and it could work.
Exactly. It's just no. Gotta lose that community. So let's just throw in. Let's make her bi or gay or whatever. And I'm like, it just doesn't work for me. It's uncomfortable. I watched this show with my mom, and she doesn't like those scenes. And I'm like, Mom, it's not my fault. I didn't write this. I would never write something like that. It's like what they did with Beauty and the Beast. That they put a character that wasn't gay in the animated film and made him gay, and it doesn't work. It just is forced.
Okay, in the movie's defense, it's awesome. Okay, in the movie's defense, it's fucking awesome. The movie itself.
He did not say he hated it, Sean.
No, it's just I hate that they did that for publicity. They're like, oh, who's gay? Let's ban the movie in Russia, or let's ban it in Alabama or whatever. Like, it's stupid. Just take the scene out.
On a side topic, it does kind of make a little bit of sense of why he's so attached to Gaston. I'm just saying,
he's his friend. He's not his lover. Stupid.
That doesn't mean you do that to LaFowl.
You have to put full-blown gay. It's just dumb. Glee had that. That's why I never watched it. It's too much for me. No.
I can forgive it on Glee. I forgive it.
Because at least Melissa Benoist did the later seasons, not the first three. She did 3, 4, and 5, I think, with Grant Gustin, who they both can sing.
We were originally for the finale, but she was busy with Supergirl at the time.
Yeah, I'm glad she left because after what happened with Kirari Mahdi, that was just sad. That he was a drug addict. He didn't get help and he died, and the show should have ended there. It was just depressing after that. But anyway, Melissa Benoist is perfect in this role. She's beautiful. That's something I didn't get with these new Star Wars films. I'm sorry. She's a strong woman, but it's not like, oh, she's super, but she's also vulnerable.
It's a good thing.
She's not a Mary Sue. She's not a Mary Sue that like, oh, she has everything and yet nobody can touch her. Like, she's bled in the first 2 seasons, especially in the second season.
I think Sean was about to say something. Go on, Sean.
I was just saying, it's a good thing Brian's not here to hear John bash on Ray.
No, I'm sorry. It's not just her. Also Jyn Erso and whatever other stupid things they plan with the Han Solo movie. It's just not for me. And a female android. Wow. Yeah.
I respect your privacy. I respect your decision, John. If you don't like these new Star Wars films, it's okay. I respect your privacy.
Yeah, it's just that, Brian hated Ghost in the Shell, and I don't know why. I enjoyed it for what it was.
I will be seeing.
Yeah, he's just probably angry because like, this movie should have been R-rated. It should have had more action. And I'm like, I'm sorry, no. It was fine. For that, I have the R-rated animated film from '95, which was really good. I love the anime. I think the anime was done well. But for live action, it could have been better. But anyway, back to Melissa.
John,
anyways.
Yeah. I like the costume. The same material they used for Man of Steel. I think this one works fine because they kept the S, the symbol, the way it was. The new one looks like a pregnant S, like it's going to explode. I'm like, that design doesn't work for me. It's like, it looks pregnant. It's like,
it is a reboot. That's why they had to change things.
They changed it because they didn't want it to look like the Brandon Routh or the Christopher Reeve version. But it looks weird. Here, it looks really well done.
But trust me, John.
It looks great.
When Cavill comes back, we will get there. He will be smiling. I hope so.
They're keeping him out of the trailers for Justice League. Well, I think that's fine because the first hour he's not going to be in.
Fine. That's perfectly fine.
If he's in the last 30 minutes, I'm not going to be like, oh, I hate you. No, because that movie would have to do a lot wrong for me to hate it. And hell, if they're going to do it, why don't they just do, like a film where she could be tied into? I would love to see her in like Man of Steel 2. That would lighten things up a bit so Cavill's not so depressed and angry and, distraught. I'm like,
okay, in defense of Cavill, he's actually conflicted. He's got basically the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he's still technically in his early stages as Superman.
Still, I don't buy his face bothers me, Sean. His face, it's just, he's so frowny. And I'm like, even when he smiles, I'm like, no, you're trying too hard. They're making him bipolar. It's just, no. He only smiles with Lois around. And I'm like, no. Here, at least they had the lighter tone. They don't make this, that, oh, Supergirl's fighting a supervillain and she's destroying an entire city. That I can never defend. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
collateral damage. Here, they keep it to a minimal. There is collateral damage, but not like every building in the city is destroyed. And what is it? Central City?
But yeah, right.
National City. Central City is somewhere else. Yeah.
The Flash.
But yeah,
Yeah. I like the crossover with the Flash here in the first season. It was good to see her and Grant Gustin together.
yeah. Anyway, the pilot I thought was really good. You have a cameo by Dean Cain and Helen Slater,
the original Superman and Supergirl from TV and from the Supergirl movie.
And I loved that plane scene. That plane scene with car.
Total homage to the original '78 film.
To the '78 film. And
that was. I like the homages. Those are good.
And the cool moments with her and Win. Win is a cool character.
Win is funny. He's basically a white Cisco, pretty much, because he likes, he's very quippy and jokey, but he's fun. I like the actor. Jimmy Olsen, it didn't bother me that they made him black because I'm like, hey, it's an adaptation. That doesn't bother me. It didn't bother me in Fan Four Stick when they made Johnny Storm black. That was not the problem. People are so sensitive about race now. Oh, they whitewash people. I'm like, it's a comic or it's fiction. It's not real.
The problem with Fan Four Stick was that was a rights holder.
But exactly. It was, but I'm saying, just changing the race doesn't bother me as long as it fits the character. If they get a right actor to play him or her, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and I do. And when you get to the costume montage, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
When she comes out in the first costume and she says, "I'm not flying around saving people in this thing. Where's my cape?" I laughed, and that first costume she had on, that was. I can't really describe my reaction when I first saw her in the first costume.
I was completely turned on. I was like, boop. Yeah. I was like, wow, you are sexy. I missed that. I didn't get any of that in Rogue One. I got some butt-tooth beaver with no sex appeal whatsoever to me. Just dead eyes the whole time. I want a woman that has an expression on her face like she does. When she's angry, I feel it. When she's sad, I feel it. When she smiles, it makes me feel good, Her smile lights up a room, man. Sean, are you there? I think Sean froze.
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just in
and Maxwell Lord, like I was saying, he was a better villain because he wasn't a cartoon or some annoying, sideshow like Miss Flickley. They got the guy from Twilight, but he's actually good in the first season. Peter Facinelli. He's really good. I thought he was subtle. He was like a Lex Luthor type character, and it didn't bother me. Like he was good in the show. And then they take him out and they put Brenda Strong in the second season. And they put a bunch of aliens, which were fine, the white Martians or whatever. And then, but then you had McSplickly and the magic, what was it, the Magic Meister or whatever, the Music Meister. I'm like,
Music Meister.
That was painful. That was like, you're just McSplickly that can sing. I'm like, whoopee.
But Sean, what did you think of the costume montage and your reaction to Supergirl's first costume before she actually gets the actual true costume? What was your thoughts on it, Sean?
I actually liked it that they developed up to the costume. I thought it was really cool. I don't think in most movies or TV shows based on superheroes, they don't really slowly do a progression. They just go right into the additional costume. So I liked that they did a progression over like various ideas and stuff. And I actually liked when they got to the final suit. I thought that was really cool because it kind of pays homage to what Reeves' costume was in a way. You know what I mean? Like I'm not sure if I'm saying but it kind of pays homage to costume, which I thought was really
world building is fine. Hopefully they give Mon-El a cool costume at the end of season 2 because that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
because they're really developing really well.
I have to say, my reaction to the costume montage, it was awesome, and I liked the song that they chose.
That was fine. That didn't bother me. But in the other scenes, it doesn't work. The soundtrack is completely useless. It doesn't add
One
anything.
soundtrack in these shows, use it at the right moments.
During a montage is cool, or I don't know, when someone's dancing or something, but not when two girls are eating pizza on the couch and they're like, and then they put the music and I can't hear the dialogue. It's distracting.
And also, when I saw Supergirl come out in her very first costume, my reaction, I was like, "Wow, that's hot."
Yeah. Yes,
and,
it is.
And I like what Sean said. I like that they actually progressed, and didn't just have them go into traditional. Like, I like that actually progress.
Yeah.
And for a villain on this first episode, he was really cool.
Yeah, it was fine. Most of the villains in the first season were tolerable. In the second one, just some of them just are not threatening, or they're just annoying. Most of them, not all of them. Just I liked Terry Hatcher's Mon-El's mother as a villain. That I didn't see coming. So and I like Terry Hatcher. So
Yeah,
I bought her as a villain. Her using the sign, scratching in the face. I was like, wow, a villain that's actually threatening, that poses a threat, not some, sideshow act,
Yeah.
I thought Hatcher was a fucking bitch.
Yeah, that's what you want to feel. At least she did something.
She didn't care about her own son's happiness at all or anything. She just cares about herself.
I know. She was cold-hearted, but that's what a villain is. It's not going to be some jazz hands, freaking magic-spewing douchebag. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, despite me liking the crossover, even now I have to admit there are a couple of things I thought the music crossover could have done better.
Yeah, the villain sucked, and some of the jazz hands, only the guys were singing. Besides Melissa Benoist's solo, everything else was sung by guys. And I'm like, this is too kind of Broadway-ish for me.
Yeah, they could have had that crossover set in the modern world.
Exactly. The jazz hands just did nothing for me. It was just dumb. But it well sung, but not for me. Just it was wrong time, Wrong place, wrong time. If it was Legends and they didn't went back to the 40s, that would have made more sense. But in Supergirl, I'm like, no. Or Flash, no. The timeline's not that screwed up.
But yeah, the part and just the action looks cool. I love the CGI. It looks impressive.
It does. It looks.
The actor who plays Lord was also in this movie.
Rupert?
No, that Max Lord guy, Peter
Facinelli, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
He the first Hollow Man. Yeah, I like the first one.
Yeah, I like the first one.
I never seen any of them. I recognize Peter Facinelli from Twilight, and
but here he's not soulless. He actually serves a purpose because he's not with that awful white makeup and fat. I don't know. He just looked fat in those movies. But anyway, he was probably depressed. But here, he puts on a performance. He's fascinated by Supergirl, but he's not just a typical mustache-twirling villain that we've seen in so many shows.
Yeah, like in Madness.
He was consumed by his own, I don't know, like. But in the second season, you got Brenda Strong. How is she threatening? I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Her.
Yeah, no motive.
How am I supposed to be? No motive. It's boring. It's like this is like Electro. Like there's no motive. It's just let's make her a villain. Some older lady that I've seen in like Hallmark movies. I'm like, really? That's your villain? At least Terry Hatcher put up a fight. Brenda Strong doesn't fight. She's just like,
she just
and I think Lillian Luthor. That's another one they're using as a villain. I'm like,
she hates aliens
sick
because
world that dies.
Why? No motive.
No, exactly. It's just feminism. Let's just make these women tough, and just because. I'm like, for me, no.
You can have a female. You can have a strong female character, but just don't have them feel too overpowered. They have to bleed.
Exactly.
They have to suffer.
They have to be vulnerable. They have to act human. If they're human, they should act human. And Brenda Strong's human. She's not an alien. So if they do a stupid twist that she's an alien, I'm like, I don't buy it. Sorry. I'll see you in season 3.
John, say what you will about Man of Steel. At least Zod in that movie had a motive. He was driven to.
I didn't say it's just the writing they gave Shannon is just as laughable. I will find him. I'm like, no.
I'm saying, dude, at least with
Zod in
Zod, he
Superman
had a
2.
motive. At least Zod had a motive.
I will make you kneel before Zod. I'm like, there you go. Terrence Stamp for the win, man. He was an awesome freaking villain.
John, I'm just saying, Zod and Man of Steel had a motive. Cadmus has.
If you want to see Michael Shannon in a good movie, see Premium Rush. He's a better villain there.
And
like,
at least
the K-Flex or whatever. I'm like, he's yelling half his dialogue. I'm like, I don't need a villain to do that. I can hear you. You don't have to yell.
And at least in Man of Steel, Clark has no choice but to kill his villain.
Yeah.
Which
no, he kills him. I was like, whatever. You know, it ended. The film should have ended there. Just the ending of that movie after he kills him and screams. I'm like, from Watchmen, Zack Snyder. Yeah, when Rorschach dies, he does the same yell, Night Owl. It's the same freaking scene, and that was R. So isn't it the same scene?
Yeah, it was the same scene.
Same director, and it's the same scene. Someone dies, and he screams. I'm like, there, it made sense. Rorschach was his friend. He died. It hurts. Here is like, I killed the last Kryptonian, and he falls to the ground, and then he's like, ah! And then I'm like, wow, I felt nothing. I'm like, this is just a copy of a better scene from Watchmen,
right?
Which I will be reviewing this month, Sean. Yes, the theatrical cut, because I haven't seen the director's cut of that.
I have.
Yeah, Watchmen is underrated.
I loved Watchmen. I saw that in the theater, and it was really long, but it had the gore, it had the story, it had the strong characters, and it has a sex scene, which didn't hurt, and the ending meant something. It didn't cop out. Like, you know, Dr. Manhattan was a strong character, but he was interesting. I could have done without the nudity, but hey, you know, with him, but, you know, I got his character. I got the gist of it. And Rorschach stole the show. I love that movie. Yeah. That I didn't have to review.
It was cool. It was Rorschach. But
yeah,
this pilot was really good. I loved the ending shot of the pilot with her flying around and looking up in the sky smiling. I was like,
yeah, that's an homage. See, there's a difference between homaging and using stupid nostalgia berries. Like, remember that from Superman 1? Remember that? I'm like, no, here it did it its own way. And with a girl, which I'm like, yeah, if more of my heroes were like this, that were female, like her and Black Widow and Scarlet Witch, I'd be like, hey, you know, feminism all the way. But here, nowadays, it's like every single movie has to have it. And I'm like, it's not needed. You know, you can have your Moanas and Katniss Everdeen's and Elsa from Frozen. That's fine. But when Star Wars has to be just female driven, I'm like, no, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Take your feminism somewhere else, Kathleen Kennedy. I'm sorry.
I did like your one rant because you did mention Scarlet Witch. That got me. That had me smiling because you mentioned Scarlet Witch.
I love her character. I love her character because I'm like, Elizabeth Olsen, really sexy, and she didn't have to wear anything skimpy, and she was strong. And when she cried, when she did that same thing that they did in Man of Steel, when her brother dies, I felt it, and there's no sound. It's just.
Yeah, I felt that too.
That was like something out of a drama. I was like, wow, you made me feel something.
I cried.
That was a cringeworthy moment because like he sacrifices himself to save you know, that little boy and Hawkeye, and I'm like, it's a worthy moment. It's not like, oh, they just threw in drama. No, it was heartfelt. I felt that.
Yeah.
And then when she takes Ultron's heart out, awesome, badass. I'm like, I died when you know, now you know how it feels. Yeah.
And yeah, Scarlet Witch, she's my favorite character, and I like Elizabeth Olsen, so why?
Bonus Olsen. Yes. Definitely. Like her sister may never act again, but we have her, and I'm like, even in Godzilla, I thought she was beautiful in that too. Yeah, I know Sean hates it, but the crossover is going to be awesome, Sean. I guarantee it. King Kong and Godzilla hitting, that's going to be awesome. I know it.
May have been good, but the movie was boring as shit.
That's what you think, but hey, I'm going to see Kong Skull Island. I will give you my review on that soon when I see it.
Kong Skull Island, I liked it. Brie Larson was good in it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her as Captain Marvel.
Yeah, me too.
You know something funny?
Yeah.
Just a little off topic, but you know something funny? The more I think about it, the more I'm starting to realize that Rogue One might be just Godzilla all over again.
It is Godzilla. It's just, it has one. Godzilla didn't have a strong female lead. It had
Because there's boring characters, a character who's heavily marketed dies halfway in, and the character we all want to see is barely even in the fucking movie.
And soulless. It was soulless. Jared
I was
Edwards wants to make a
fine
boring movie, and they want him to direct King Kong vs. Godzilla. No, keep him away. Far,
Yeah, I
far
enjoyed.
away.
Yeah, I enjoyed him.
Direct that.
Soulless, Sean. Soulless. That makes me boring. When everyone's like, or Forrest Whitaker.
That's you. And I can't.
I'm like, no, you're trying too hard to be.
And I can't do Darth Vader killing people for a whole movie's runtime. I can't. Sorry, but that's probably the biggest.
No, I love that scene, but because it didn't feel soulless, I was like, "Damn, that's awesome! I want to see." That could have been a short film, not for 2 hours, but a short film.
Yeah, that scene was cool. But Batman had the better scene last year.
Yeah, I agree with that because it's longer, and he's like breaking limbs, and it's a much more badass scene. Yeah, I agree with that. BVS has problems, but it did not bore me to death.
I enjoy it. That movie is a classic.
Yeah, it has a lot of problems. I know that, but people like, oh, you should have destroyed that movie. I'm like, no.
Why would you
The
destroy
ultimate cut of it?
Underrated movies last year? That is wrong.
Exactly. People like it's the worst thing ever. No, you know what? One worst picture? A freaking Hillary Clinton documentary. A documentary where there is no acting. It's real. And they're like, oh, realism sucks. So let's just give it to them. I'm like, that just makes me laugh. It's so stupid.
But yeah.
A documentary. But anyway, yeah. I like the Vader scene I made. Yes, the scene in BVS was made better. Even the scene with Wonder Woman was better, where she first appeared. People loved it. When she was like this, I'm like, I hope she's good in the movie. I hope it's a good film. I want her to be like this. You know, not so frowny, you know, smile a little bit. Be a little bit more lighthearted.
Well, I read Wonder Woman in the Donner movies.
What happened, Sean? I couldn't hear that.
I said I heard that Wonder Woman's taking inspiration from the Donner movies.
Yeah, the first two Donner films. Yeah, I hope so, because I really love the Donner cut. I know it was more serious, but I like the conversations and I like what they added. Some of the, except for the ending. I'm going to get to that in my review.
I like the scene with Marlon Brando and Clark.
That was good.
To be honest, that ending was supposed to be the ending of the second movie.
That ending
I didn't like the Richard Donner ending. I'm sorry. It's a copy of the first film.
But technically, the second one.
The first movie was dumb then, and it was dumb a second time. Sorry, Richard Donner. No offense to you, but just whoever wrote that ending just.
Well,
now we have
Donner wrote that ending.
Some Superman movies that I hate that are dumb. The ending in Superman 2 Richard Donner cut and the scene with Superman getting stabbed in Superman Returns. I hate that.
I don't blame you, Josh. I do not blame you. That's kind of cringeworthy. I saw that in the theater, and I was like, wow, they went that way? Now Fly. I'm like, wow.
That calls for it. But Kevin Spacey was great in that movie. But anyways, Supergirl season 1, episode 2, Stronger Together with Maxwell Lord. This one, I thought there was
great introduction to a villain.
You get some cool flashbacks of young Kara. I think the young Kara did great. I love those flashbacks.
She's very cute. Yeah, let me read the synopsis here. Yeah.
Yeah, you can read the synopsis for all the episodes as we go through this, because this is going to be a long one.
Yeah, I just hope it's not 4 hours. Just the first 20 episodes.
Yeah, the first 20.
In the show, like young Kara is actually now on the Series of Unfortunate Events TV show.
Yeah, she's very cute. She has some big lips. She looks like Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, just with dark hair.
Yeah, the Series of Unfortunate Events.
She was also in 9 Lives, I think, but that movie sucks.
Which I'm refusing to watch the Netflix Series of Unfortunate Events. I refuse. Sorry, Sean. No mas.
I know the movie's weird, but I like Jim Carrey better than Neil Patrick Harris. I'm sorry. He's just...
Yeah, I liked the 2004 movie.
Yeah. I thought it was visually stunning. I like the kids were cute in the film, and it had an atmosphere and some good ideas. The series of this, I'm afraid it's going to be too creepy for me. Like,
and it had a very end credit sequence at the end of that movie. A very crazy end credit sequence. I do like the score by Thomas Newman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, season episode of the season, episode 2 of Supergirl. I thought this was a cool one. You get the Helgramite, which is really cool. The Helgramite is really cool. I liked him. He's a cool villain.
Yeah.
And one thing I have to give this show praise for is the villains. Some of the villains in season 2 are iffy because some of them are good.
They're a joke. A lot of them are a joke, especially in February. Too much comedy with like Mixplickley. I'm like, that should have been a character that was banned from any DC projects because he's a joke.
Yeah, and
I'm in love with you, Kara Zor-El. I'm like, no, get out of my face.
Yeah, some of the villains were that's issue number 2 I have with season 2, but we will get season 2 in May after season 2 is done because May month I graduate. So yeah,
that's awesome, Josh. Good for you.
Thank you. But anyways,
okay.
I thought the stuff that was happening in this episode was really cool. I did love when it's only been 1 week because she's been Supergirl. I did like when she goes help with the fire because that's a homage to the Richard Donner Superman, and she uses her like ice powers. That was also really hot. That was cool, and I like that. I thought you gave more development of the characters as you went along with this, and the training scene at the DEO that was funny, but that was also kind of cool. Shiloh League and Melissa Benoist fighting each other in that scene. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that didn't bother me.
And I did the flashbacks. Krypton looks visually breathtaking.
Yeah, I thought it looked really good.
And and when she learns about the Helgramite, it's really cool. And then you hear that, and then you also get Astra. And yeah, when Supergirl cries on, I think it's this episode. I don't know. When she cries, I was feeling a lot of emotion for her, but I thought when Hank, I liked Hank. He's pretty cool, and when he showed up with the kryptonite knife and stabbing Astro, I was like, whoa, this is just
getting serious.
This is just what a lot extremely serious. I was like, okay, this is what you should do. What you should do. And one thing I can say about the show is that the show knows to add in the comedy because let's face it. As much as I am excited for a Justice League movie, and it looks like it's gonna have some good comedy, I just want the film to be good.
Yes,
but I already know it's gonna be good. Hey, if I like the first 3 DCEU movies, I think I like this one. And yeah, Melissa Benoist, I think she's perfect as this character. If you can't get her for DCEU, at least get someone who will pull it off. For me personally, for DCEU Supergirl, I prefer Dove Cameron. That's just me.
Oh, she would be gorgeous. She's a little short, but I think she could do it.
Yes. But anyway, we're gonna let Sean talk about season 2, and then let John talk about it.
Season 1.
Sorry. Season 1, episode 2. So take it away, Sean. You have the floor.
Apparently, I have the walls too. Yeah, I actually don't really remember much of this episode because I haven't seen any.
Yeah, some of these episodes I might not remember. I'm reading the synopsis here.
I remember each episode from the back of my head. I have photographic memory, so I can basically remember everything that happened.
Open a rose on your nose.
But anyways, you can Go on top. Go on top.
So yeah, I don't really know much about this episode. I forgot it literally.
Well,
Clara puts most outside as she tries to help an escapee from Krypton prison's cat pressures James for interviews. I don't remember that episode really. Yeah. In general, the entire season, I thought the season was good. I'm just gonna summarize the season. My thoughts. I liked the season. I thought each character was very interesting. I like how they developed Kara's character, and they kind of try and give sort of a romance between her and James. I was like, okay, I did not see this coming at all, like really at all. But I thought where it was trying to go, I thought it was interesting. Especially in season 2 when Clark's like, Jimmy and I are friends. We talk. And it's like, haha, funny.
that is the only I will give Tyler Hoechlin because I care for him.
I wish Clark had been in the show a lot more. I know it's not his show still.
I don't.
Give him more than two.
I don't. I can't deal with Tyler Hoechlin.
Well,
I just can't.
Again,
But if you like him, that's fine. I just don't.
I did.
Maybe if it was in a little bit more episodes, I would have liked him a little more. But because you didn't do that, I hate him. But I'm hoping season 3 he gets more.
You hate him just in 2 episodes? If you mean I hate Ghost Rider because he's only in 8 episodes.
And I stopped watching that show after that.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, but that's a different topic in general. Entirely.
Yeah, main.
I really like the show. I like the characters. It's a good, I guess, companion piece to the Superman mythos, I guess if you will. And it does take some references from the Donner movies, which are really cool. It even puts to shame Superman 3. Thank you for putting that piece of shit to shame. You like it, John? But yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah, and this show does something that Superman 3 couldn't do. It actually shows what would happen if this person's inner thoughts actually came out to light. Thank you,
and it
Supergirl.
absolutely did evil.
Did something with it. Not just get them out of the way for stupid reasons.
Because bad Kara. That's hot.
I actually liked that episode because it's basically every negative thought Kara's ever had come to the surface. And it's done a lot better than Superman 3. I'm just gonna keep saying that because it's true.
No, you know what? You can say what you want. This is a live stream, and you can say what we want on here.
I like the characters. I like how they developed them. Would I say I like it better than the DCU movies? I don't know.
Well, they're
both good for me to like. I like them both.
I just, these shows, they do it right, and they have more time to develop the characters. 2 hours, you can't develop the characters.
More time to develop the characters. That I'll grant you.
Yeah.
But
about the show,
they're trying to do a different take on the characters, which I appreciate. They're doing a different take on the characters.
Yes.
It's fine if you don't like Man of Steel. That's understandable. But yeah,
I like
the characters. I think it's a lot of fun. It's fucking hilarious to see Carlisle on the show.
Yeah.
And some of the I wouldn't really say fourth wall jokes because they don't look at the camera like Deadpool does, but for lack of a better phrase,
it's meta humor. Yeah.
Yeah, the meta humor, I guess, is really funny, especially like I said earlier, where Cat Grant basically says, "I don't marry celebrities." It's like, sweetheart, you're married to Indiana Jones.
And Han Solo.
And even
well, he's dead now, so we don't talk about that anymore. But anyway, yeah.
In season 2, where Wynn's like,
I hope Blade Runner 2049 is good. I hope it is.
Yeah.
I can't see Harrison Ford die again. It'll just kill me.
And even in season 2, when Wynn's all like
Blade Runner.
When Wynn's all flamboying over Superman, he's like, "So you remember the time when Lex Luthor's in office two missiles one over Hackensack and the other one over California. He's like, holy shit, it's Superman the movie reference. I thought that was hilarious. Where they acknowledge that movie. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Because I was not expecting them to do that, but that must mean this show takes place in that universe.
It does.
Mm-hmm. I wonder.
Yeah.
They mentioned Bruce Wayne in the second season, so briefly.
I guess I missed that then.
No, in season 2, when Clark is in the phone, he's talking to say, "Hey, Mr. Wayne." I'm like, "Oh, cool." So they mentioned Bruce in the first show.
In the opening when they first show Clark? Because
I think he's in the photo in the phone booth, either the phone booth on a cell, or he's talking to Bruce Wayne. I'm like, that's awesome.
Who knows?
As far as
I like how they do the meta humor to like the other incarnations of the other movies and stuff. I thought that was really funny. Especially the reference to the first movie. I thought was funny.
Yeah, as far as TV shows go, the only one I'm refusing to watch is Gotham because I don't want to do that.
I don't even want to watch that show based on what I've heard.
No, I'm just gonna go watch it again because it's a prequel, so it has nothing to do with these shows.
But yeah,
I've heard it's basically just a boring mess.
It's not a superhero show, Sean. That's why it's a crime drama like the Nolan films, but without Batman in it. But I'm gonna keep going because I like dark shows. Batman should be dark. Superman, Spider-Man, no, they shouldn't.
Yeah,
well,
I love this show. I'm hoping to pick up either the DVD or Blu-ray if I get a chance because I do like the show. So I can add it to my TV show collection. So far, I have Two Not Men season 1, season 1, 5, and 8 of King of Queens, all 10 seasons of Friends, and then like the first 3 seasons of Seinfeld, all on DVD. So I hopefully can add Supergirl to the list. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. I love the show.
And I love that they handled Lucy Lane. I like.
Oh yeah,
Jenna saying as Lucy Lane.
Jenna Tatum. Yeah, she's a beautiful woman, definitely.
Yeah. And I like a lot of the other characters in here. And when Livewire was really cool. I liked Livewire. That was a cool episode.
Yeah, that was episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4. And episode 3, I thought it is one of my least favorite episodes, but I still like that. But I didn't hate that episode. Livewire, I thought was much better. And I think I'm skipping John. With
That's
him
fine.
saying,
Another thing I like about the show is they brought back like a couple actors from Superman lore, like Dean Cain, Helen Slater, Terry Hatcher. I think there were a few others, but I don't remember. But yeah, I thought that was really cool.
And Linda Carter, they brought her for season 2.
Yeah, that was great. The original Wonder Woman. Yep, she plays the president. She was in the last episode.
Yeah,
and she was an alien, so that's gonna tie into the next episode.
Yeah. 24th.
Yeah, the same day as Gotham. I'm gonna be watching both shows. So Sean, if you're gonna be like, why aren't you watching Supergirl? Because I watched Gotham first, then I watched Supergirl. Just out of respect, because Batman came first. So
even if
it's not bad. I multitask, so.
I was not expecting to see Hercules on the show. I was like, holy shit, Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, it was good to see him again.
And also, I like
Hercules.
I liked Glenn Morshower, but in the show, but his character is. I don't want to curse. I'm just gonna say he's a freaking jerk. Glenn Morshower's character.
I forget.
Sam Lane. He plays Sam Lane on season 1.
Lois
Glenn.
Well, he's not on the set. He's probably just in one episode.
Yeah, and
so in one episode, I'm looking at it right now.
My favorite episode of this season was when Kara decides she wants to be human. for one day. That's my favorite episode because she doesn't have her powers and she's being able to live a human life, even though she wants to still save people. And I like the Human for a Day because they were doing that. They went that approach, and it was a good callback to Superman too.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't just punch me in the face with all the nostalgic bull crap.
No, that was just Superman Returns that did that.
Yeah, and I still like it. You can't get me to hate it, Sean.
Yeah, me neither. After so much, of Man of Steel and BVS, I think I can still watch that movie and not suffer as much. Yeah, it's long, but
yeah, so is BVS. I can still watch it. And just Human for a Day. This is a very dramatic episode. You see Carl going through stuff. That's really cool. And the reveal of Hank being John's is cool.
That's
cool.
And Martian Manhunter, yeah.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter. And I like the car using her laser vision is because it's blue. That's cool. That was like, I was like, oh my gosh.
I think they changed the colors so it doesn't like mimic the movies, which is fine.
Different.
Yeah, that's being different. That's cool. That's perfectly fine. And I also liked.
No, I'm not seeing that right now. I'm not seeing that right now. I have to do my reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Be distracted right now.
I will distract you.
Sean, you're just mad because Superman Returns wasn't good.
It
But I
wasn't.
respect you though.
It was lazy.
I enjoy it, but I do admit it ran on a little bit too long. But I like that it focused on the character study.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
exactly. Yeah. Let's just get through these because I don't want to be here for 3 hours. It's just one season. If it was the whole series, we'd be here for days. But yeah, Human for a Day was good. Yeah,
and this episode, Human for a Day, is really good. A Hostile Takeover was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, March, in 2016, March, after BVS, we got a very awesome crossover. I really enjoyed the crossover.
World's Finest.
That's cool.
Awesome.
And it was great seeing both Grant Gustin and Benoist reunite, and her ex-husband did appear on this season. Blake Jenner, Melissa Benoist's ex-husband.
Yeah, he was in which episode was
he? He was also in the movie The Edge of 17, which came out last year. Yes, and Bizarro was cool, but World's Finest, I think
it was one of the best episodes.
Yes, and this is one of my favorite crossovers. Besides the 4-part Invasion crossover,
that was great. I love that. Last year, that was a treat.
That was cool, and it was cool seeing Brenda Ralph as a different hero. But
yeah, the Atom. No complaints there, Sean.
I got no complaints there. He just wasn't good as Superman.
And White Canary was also really hot on that crossover.
Yeah, Katie Lots, yeah.
But this crossover, they fight the Silver Banshee and Liv Wire.
Yeah, that's her, Silver Banshee. Yeah,
it's really cool.
Livewire.
You get two villains and Supergirl and Flash teaming up to fight, and it's kind of funny that he didn't even know that he knew that she was Supergirl, and she knew he was the Flash. That was I was laughing at the episode. I was having a lot of fun with it,
Hmm.
and I just thought it was fun. It was a fun time, and just I was sitting there with a smile on my face as I was watching. I was just happy. It's pretty
Hmm.
fun, and I really enjoy it. It was nice, and I had a lot of cool. It had a lot of cool moments, and just the best part of the episode is when they're both running and he goes back to his world. I did like that part. And
Hmm.
the action in each of these Supergirl episodes, you can see really clearly what is going on because they're not shaking the camera, Sean. They
Yeah, I
don't
know. I
shake.
don't need that. And quick edits, yeah, that doesn't help. And they don't have fight scenes that look like a bad anime. I'm like, no. At least she's not flying through an IHOP. Come on now, that was stupid.
Yeah, and
IHOP, really? What's next? So she's gonna go to Denny's and crash through like the wall in that, in this third season, or McDonald's or something. It's dumb. The product placement's not needed. This show doesn't do that much. There's not a lot of product placement.
yes, yeah, I will agree. It's fine. You just don't need to do it
Yeah, you
in
don't have to shoehorn in every scene, like every fight scene. There's Sears, there's a there's a whatchamacallit, U-Haul truck. I'm like, in Transformers 4, you have beer bottles of Bud Light. I'm like, we get it. Okay, we get it. You want to promote some products. You don't have to shove it in our face.
Then you're
No?
gonna hate it then.
Yeah, I already hated the trailer for that. I will not. Krispy Kreme donuts. I don't eat Krispy Kreme donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is closer. Sean, come on now.
I like Krispy Kreme.
I barely heard about them until like the 90s. I didn't even eat them because they only served them at like gas stations.
And also, what I like about the action scenes on the show is that, unlike in the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 with that chase, it doesn't use a steady cam.
Yeah, I don't like when the camera's like this. I'm sorry. When it's like this, I'm like moving. It shouldn't. It should stay
The
still.
shaky cam only just don't
At least
just
Superman 3, I could see the fight between Clark and the evil Superman. It wasn't like they were shaking the camera when he was flying or when he punched him. No, or when he broke the tires. That was fluid. It was.
yeah. At least if you're gonna do shaky cam, at least let us see what's going on.
Exactly. And I don't think that works in an action movie or show. It just doesn't. In
Yeah.
Cloverfield, fine. That's found footage. That works. But for something like this, it doesn't work. Or quick cuts with like, and then like that. Or, it's like, just keep it still. I want to see the action. I don't want to see, like a bunch of CG images that are going so fast. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you can.
It's
Yeah, you
cartoonish,
have little edits. Just allow moments to see. And
I want to see her hair flowing in the wind. I don't want to see, like, I can't see her flying or charging or whatever. Just and the fight scenes, I buy Melissa. I do.
Yeah, and I like seeing her, seeing her smile and her close-ups on the camera. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, say y'all. You hate most of those who hate the show and hate Melissa Benoist. You can say what you want about her, but
they don't have any taste. I'm gonna say that right now. The ones that hate this show and that hate Ghost in the Shell, yeah, you don't like a sexy woman's face right in your face. I'm like, well, you're either damaged, gay, or you have no taste. Sorry, you're one of those three categories.
Also, you're also just a hater of feminists because Melissa Benoist did what she did at the Women's March in January. That's another reason why some people can hate her. I don't hate her because the Women's March, she did what she had to do.
No, it didn't bother me. That didn't bother me because they're giving Trump a lot of flack, but I'm like, it bothers me when they do it and it distracts me in the film or show.
Yes.
She's not a pseudo neo-Nazi SJW's feminist. That's not her. I can tell. She doesn't want to waste time beating people over the head with agendas. That's not what she is. I know that.
Yes, she wants to stand up for herself, and I was very happy when she did the Women's March that she stood up for herself.
She is a woman. People keep forgetting that.
Yeah, SJW, you mean social justice warrior.
As warriors, exactly.
You can be a fighter, just be vulnerable too.
Exactly. You can't be like, oh, I'm untouchable. I'm a woman. Ah, no.
Some of the boy characters,
humanity.
like in John Wick Chapter 2.
Oh, that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
See, he fights and he shoots everybody, but he also bleeds. And he's human. Yeah. He's not a superhuman that you can't touch me. He doesn't have like force powers, etc., etc. You know, be human. That's more relatable to me. She's an alien, and yet she still acts more human than.
Yeah, I did like that. Even though she's an alien, she acts more human.
Exactly. When she's awkward and she's Kara and she wears glasses, I'm like, yeah, you're sexy. I'm sorry, you're like, I'm like, yes. 5551915. Yeah.
Did you just post that? Did you just show?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
she's Melissa's gonna be 29, I think, at the end of October, and she's gonna be 30 next year. She doesn't look it. She is the perfect age for someone like me.
Yes, she's a
teeny bopper, like freaking half of the girls in the Disney Channel. You know?
Yeah, she's desirable.
Exactly, just like Jennifer Lawrence. I'm like, oh, monotone voice, no.
And
that woman knocks my socks off.
Yeah, and even on the set, Melissa, she's energetic.
Have you seen the video with that Kevin Smith did, where she was like doing a flying scene?
Yeah, I saw that.
And she's like, yeah, she's fully committed. That's why I care about her character and their acting, because she's fully committed. She could have said, no, I'm gonna just drop out.
And even if it's exhausting days, every female superhero has to have their sleep. There's that picture. I'm still talking about that picture with her sleeping on the set. That was cool.
Yeah.
But this episode, the season was cool. I like World's Finest, fun show.
Yeah.
It's a fun episode, and but the season finale is what really interested me. With the season finale,
it did.
Because
angels. Yeah.
Because I like that, and I also like that like the surprise at the end where you get the Kryptonian pod, because Kara is shocked because it means that Mon-El.
Yes, and it was a great lead up, and it was a payoff. It wasn't like, oh, they showed Mon-El and they underuse him like they do with Kid Flash in The Flash. I'm like, no, you got to build this character up and make him interesting. Don't use him for one scene and then you forget about him. Yeah,
that was kind of a sad what they did to Ghost Rider. That was my negative with
in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm like, you got a good character, and I cared about him, and I didn't care about anything else that was going on. And that was a problem.
I've watched all the seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but at least I'm attracted to Chloe Bennett from that show.
I think she's sexy. If there was a spinoff with her by herself, I would watch it, because I'm like, yeah, but then they had to give her like these powers with these gloves or whatever. I'm like, oh god, they did it again. But oh well.
But despite that, you have a lot of cool moments in that episode, and I basically don't have any issues with season 1 of Supergirl. I don't have any issues, but
just the soundtrack. I thought the soundtrack sucked.
The soundtrack.
When they put it in the scene.
But you need to keep. That's one thing they need to work on with season 3. Keep the soundtrack. Use the sound
low, or don't use it at all, or use it at the appropriate moment. Don't like, oh, her and Mon-El are talking and they throw a pop song. I'm like, no, that's distracting. There was a Flash episode this year where they had an Ariana Grande song. I'm like, I like the song, but it's not. It doesn't work. It's
Yeah,
forced.
Grande's music. She's cool.
Yeah, I want to hear her music, but I don't want to hear it while H. Wells is giving out coffee to the cat. I'm like, what? Why?
At least there was a soundtrack in last Monday's episode of Supergirl with Monel making car breakfast. At least there wasn't a soundtrack in that.
It's really cute and sweet, and I like the ending. Well, the before Terry Hatcher's character stabs her own husband, that was really dark. I'm like, yeah, this is kids are gonna watch this. I'm like, good God, that was bloody. There was a lot of blood in that episode for.
This next episode there's gonna be some stuff happening. It's gonna be even more darker because I've seen the trailer for the episode on April 24th on CW.
Yeah, I'm fine with it being dark, but like, just throwing in some gore out of nowhere, like sometimes it could be off-putting. I'm like, we get it,
I felt like it was a horror movie when she stabbed him. I was like, am I watching a horror movie?
It was scary. It's like, no, you don't love me. And I'm like, what? I mean, in The Dark Knight Rises, I was like, that was just predictable. Here is like dark, and I'm like, yeah. And I wonder, Sean's like, she's a bitch. I'm like, yeah, because she did something evil.
Yeah.
Well, in a way that she's like, oh, that you poisoned my son. You're not gonna touch my son. I'm like,
supposed to buy her like that. She's a jerk.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
I know.
Get over it. That's how she's supposed to be. And
yeah,
when
what do you want? She's not playing Lois. If Lois had done that, I would have been out of character and not right.
And when she stabbed Kara in the face with the kryptonite.
Yeah, that was scary. I was like, my God. She went there. She took Raphael's side from Ninja Turtles and went shot. It was like the scene in BVS when Batman scratches Superman's face. I actually like that scene here. It was like, yeah,
and I
didn't see that coming.
I was like, somebody help Melissa Benoist. Somebody help her. Don't somebody help her. But she's vulnerable. But yeah, season 1 of the show, I really enjoy it. Even though there are a lot of people who give this show hate, I don't understand why.
I don't understand it at all.
You have to be either crazy feminist or just don't really care to hate the show. But I'm not one of those things because hey, Supergirl is one of the most awesome female superhero characters ever.
Yeah.
Right next to Black Widow, right next to Scarlet Witch.
And hopefully Captain Marvel as well. I'm hoping for that too. Because she's kind of like a Marvel Supergirl. Because she has blonde hair and she has a cape and everything. I hope that they learn from this. You don't have to make it super dark. You could just make it lighthearted. Make a strong female character, but she's vulnerable. And that we can relate to.
Even Spider-Man's Venom. Even Spider-Man's vulnerable.
Yeah.
But if Homecoming sucks, if Homecoming sucks, I'm done.
Yeah.
Sony.
Okay, here's my biggest worry about Wonder Woman. Is we're gonna get another Ghostbusters. People are only good because there's a female lead.
The only way it could be saved is they change the writers and the director and they just get some guys and actually that are funny. Don't make it super feminism the movie and we're gonna shoot a guy in the crotch. That's not funny. That's insulting to me.
Even if
this show doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But think about
it doesn't have a scene where Carmen kicks a guy in the nuts. That's not funny.
Let me put it to you like this, Sean. Even if people are gonna hate on it because it's feminist, at least just don't listen to them. Just go with what you think. Fine.
Kicking ass sounds awesome to me. Chris Pine, I don't even hate the guy. I didn't see the Star Trek movies with him. That's not gonna bother me. I would take him over like Liam Hemsworth or anybody else like that any day.
Yeah,
and
I saw Independence Day. I was like, Thor, you are not, sir. I was like, your brother,
Yes.
you're not.
Yeah, he's not. Liam Worthless, no.
And when you
That movie, I want it to just be good. I don't want to see quick edits and then she's flying or she's using a sword and then they cut it away because there's no blood. I'm like, no, you have to show something. Gore is not going to be R, I know that, but still.
thank you.
You don't have to put a ton of gore. Sometimes you have John Wick for that, or you have Deadpool, or you have you know, the Punisher or Logan. Logan is really bloody.
Yes,
it doesn't
Wonder.
hold back.
Yeah, I'm happy about
Make it lighthearted like this.
So,
The accent doesn't bother me. Oh, she's horrible because she has a horrible accent. I'm like, she's from Israel. She's not from here.
are you?
I
Yeah,
think
I
she's
didn't.
sexy, you know?
In the Fast and Furious movies, she was cool in those movies.
Except I haven't seen Fast 6. I'm going to watch it this month before.
I like.
no interest in it. None.
I like Fast
whatsoever.
5.
Yeah,
But
I'm thinking back. I gave it a hard time the first time, but I'm going to give it another chance. But I liked Too Fast, Too Furious, and I'm going to give Furious 7 was a nice send off. 6, I got it on Blu-ray. I'm going to watch it because I'm really interested.
and yeah, people who want to hang on Gal Gadot, you can take that somewhere else.
They're just haters. They're sexist pigs to me.
I've been defending her. Defended her casting and Ben Affleck's casting since they were announced for BVS, and they paid off.
Exactly, and they're like, "Oh no, they're suffering. They're not giving it their all." I'm like, it's a superhero movie. I think they're trying. At least they're putting effort. They're not sleepwalking through the movie like freaking Felicity Jones. Who I'm sorry, she didn't do anything in that movie for me. She even shoots a robot on purpose, and I'm like, what?
I like her.
That's your strong hero. A woman that
I like her.
shoots a freaking robot with her bud teeth and her freaking doe eyes.
I like her. I like her. I like
I'm
all
sorry,
different.
it did nothing for me. I'm glad Sean hated her in Inferno. I don't need her into my life. I'm glad she's doing nothing this year. I'll take Gal Gadot. At least Gal Gadot is sexy and she's my age. And, she has intensity. She's not like bug eyes the whole time with no expression on her face.
I just read an article that I hope is completely bullshit.
What?
That apparently Fast 8 is going to be the last movie.
I hope so. I don't need one anymore. I'm sick.
It should
have ended with 6 or with 7, and to me, because Paul Walker's death should have ended the franchise, or they should have done a spinoff with The Rock by himself. They don't need to keep hammering in family. It's about family. It's about family. We get it.
Yes, and
we get it. Family. We get it from the first movie.
You're obsessed with
that. Yeah, we get it. Stop beating a dead horse.
Yeah, I'm not. But yeah, anyway, and Supergirl season 1 really enjoyable. When we do season 2 in May, is going to be cool.
Yeah,
and
it won't be on DVD yet, but I'm going to remember it.
Yeah, I remember it. I'm gonna remember that and I'm so happy that the show is getting renewed for season 3, and because this show deserves to have more seasons. The show deserves it.
And I got a girl that actually dresses like a girl, not like a guy. Like, I'm gonna wear jeans and a t-shirt. I'm gonna wear a freaking sandy outfit that doesn't show any skin. I'm like, I'm a man. I want to see a beautiful woman dressed like a woman. Remember Mission Impossible 5?
Yes.
Rogue Nation? Yeah. I have DVD.
Rebecca Ferguson dressed like a woman. She was tough and really sexy, but she dressed like a woman. The opera scene, yellow dress. I was like, oh my God.
And she showed skin.
She's coming back for 6.
Yeah.
You better not. Don't tell John who else is going to be in Mr. 6.
I know Cavill's going to be a villain. He's like, I'm going to kill you, Tom Cruise. I'm going to kill you. I'm like, okay, whatever. I hope Cruise owns him like he did in Jack Reacher 2. I hope he breaks his neck with his legs. Or Rebecca Ferguson does it. I don't care.
I'm disappointed that Hawkeye's not coming back, though.
Oh, well, he was in 2 of them, and I'm happy about it.
He's gonna put it this way: he's gonna be in Avengers: Infinity War, and he's gonna be in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That's probably why, though, because he's busy with the Marvel movies.
Yeah,
Excited to
Marvel
see
movies
all.
take a lot of time, Sean.
Very excited to see all in Infinity War except for Bucky. I'm not getting over.
I know
because
you hate the twist in Civil War. I get it. I'm always gonna wear this hat, Josh. I'm sorry, because that fight at the end paid off for me, and I loved it. I loved every second of that fight.
But yeah, but anyways, if I were to rate the show on a letter grade scale, I give it an A+. On a number scale, I give it a 9 out of 10, and for my personal rating system, I give it my JD RSA.
What does
I give
that
it
mean?
my Joshua Drake Rainbow Seal of Approval. That is basically my seal of approval. So yeah. We're gonna move on to Sean. Let him give his rating, and then we'll let John give his rating. Because I didn't want this to be overly long. I don't want this to be 3 hours.
Yeah, I don't want to be 3 hours. It's just one season. If it was the whole series, then we'd be here for days, like I said. Go, Sean.
Yeah. I like the show a lot. I think it's a fun show. This is probably my second favorite show now, because my other favorite shows got fucking canceled too prematurely.
Which one?
Kyle SWAT.
Agent Kyle SWAT. That was years ago, Sean. You got to get over that, man. Let it go.
Hey,
that was.
I will never
let
let
was that show? Like Kyle SWAT was like what, 2007 or something?
Yeah,
2007.
Still,
give it up.
Yeah, that show's not coming back. Maybe Netflix will revive it. They're reviving everything now.
God, I hope so.
Revive Agent Carter. Because I haven't even watched.
They're reviving Mystery Science Theater this month in like a couple weeks. I hope it's good.
Yeah. By the way, Cinderella, way to waste Agent Carter. Fuck you.
Boo-hoo.
Oh, you mean the 2015 Cinderella? I didn't see that.
Good boy. Don't see it. It's bad.
I like the original, the animated film.
Anyway, I like Supergirl. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a great show. My second favorite show going nowadays, besides Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm really enjoying season 2. So far, the only nitpick I have with season 2 is I wish that Superman had been in a little more, like at least a couple more.
Yes,
episodes.
I agree with that.
Like just at least a couple more episodes in there wouldn't mind. But
fully disagree with you, but I respect you guys. I'm just respectfully disagreeing with you.
That's your opinion, dude. But yeah, that's my only nitpick. I wish Superman had been in the series a little bit more. Plus, the whole cabinet thing is like completely bullshit.
Boring. Not threatening at all.
Yeah, I enjoy the show. It's a lot of fun. I like the references to the movies. That's so fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what season 3 gives us. Hope it's good. It's the first 2 seasons, and that's it. All I have.
Okay, I guess I'm next.
Yes.
Oh wait, did you give your rating, Sean? Your rating?
I'd give it an A+.
And I hope to see more of Cara and Monel, or Caramel.
Yeah,
that's what I'm calling them, Caramel.
Yeah.
So you can go, John.
Yeah. So this show, it's a great show. I didn't think it was gonna be a great show. I thought it was like gonna be like decent, but no. The lead actress is what really brought me to the show. You know, she's beautiful, she's talented, she has great screen presence, which I'm missing in a lot of shows now. It's fun. It has a lighter tone. It has some dark moments, but it doesn't distract you from the rest of the series. They made the character relevant because I didn't see the '84 film, and I know it said it's cheap and it's stupid, but I will see it once. But this show really brought her character to the full front.
And she has an amazing voice, singing voice.
Oh my God, yeah, I've seen her the YouTube videos of her singing, and I'm like, you can sing to me anytime, baby, because you're gorgeous. And really good supporting cast for the most part. Good effects, good action sequences that are visible. I can see what's going on. I like the locations of the city. It looks really, really clean and bright, and it doesn't look dark and dreary. And other than the first season, I didn't like the soundtrack, but hey, you know, maybe season 3 will improve that. Season 2 with the stupid gay agenda they did with Alex and Maggie, but aside from that, it's a great show. And you know, I'm hoping for the best for this show because you know, a lot of these CW shows sometimes, like in the later seasons, they get kind of stale, but it hasn't gotten stale. You know, still a kick-ass lead, really fun, and I would give it like an 8 out of 10 when it comes to shows. Because you know, I wish we had gotten this sooner, like back in like 2012 or 2013 when there was nothing on TV.
And she has,
and
she shows.
Yeah, exactly. Take some notes, freaking Lucasfilm. I don't want to see. Oh, they're gonna cut a hobo with a stick sleeves, and that's sexy. No, arms is not sexy enough. So I'm sorry. And this girl's older and has an expressive face, and it's not boring and it's not British. So suck on that. Sorry, Brian. Yeah, I like my women Canadian or American for the most part. Yeah, and Asian, but I'll get to that next time. But this is a great show. I love this show. You know, you gave me a character that I was like, she's okay. But then I saw her in the show and like, this is a badass character. I love this. This is my favorite female DC heroine. I love Wonder Woman, but I think that, you know, Supergirl she stole my heart first. And I respect this cast. I respect the creators and the writers and the directors that have worked hard on this show. And the money's on screen. And, you know, there's more awesomeness to come with season 3 and the rest of season 2. That's all I can say.
Yeah, is not. I don't think the show is going to let me down with season 3, or if they renew it for more seasons, even season 4 or 5. I don't care. Just don't. It's not. This show is not letting me down because there are a couple seasons that does let me down, but this is how Lucasfilm. I'm talking to you, Lucasfilm. This is how you do female characters right.
Exactly.
You can make them awesome and badass, just having them be vulnerable.
It doesn't weaken them as a character. And having them front center.
I did look it up, and male Star Wars fans are part of the demographics.
Suck on that, Kathleen Kennedy. We don't matter. We don't matter. Yes, we do.
Yeah, because isn't it males who are the ones who...
All Star Wars fans matter, no matter what's between their legs, no matter what. Transgender, whatever. It all matters.
Yeah, because aren't the males the ones who basically are the ones that
saw the original?
Pumped in the money into Lucas' pocket?
Yeah. Who was the one who created this franchise in the first place? A guy.
Yeah, George
Lucas. Not freaking Disney or Kathleen Kennedy. George freaking Lucas.
Fox.
Yeah, and 20th Century Fox. Now they have no part of it. I'm glad. They don't need this franchise anymore.
Technically,
they're making their money with Deadpool.
Technically, Fox...
Okay,
here's the thing is, Fox still technically co-owns Star Wars because of the first 6 movies.
Yeah, just that, though. Past that, no. Past, like, Clone Wars, no more. They don't own the Disney-fied versions that we have now.
The only thing you own, Fox, is X-Men and Deadpool. Because I can't say the first family of comics, because...
No, it's done. They have to give it to Marvel.
Give it to Marvel so I can see something good. I want to see Galactus.
Well,
hell yeah! After seeing,
well, John and Josh, you guys want Fantastic Four to go to Marvel? Email Constantine Pictures.
Constantine Film, you mean?
Close enough.
I want to see Galactus in space with like Thanos and freaking Mojo, whatever characters you can find. What's his face? MODOK. I want to see that.
And I was hoping I could see Galactus in Infinity War Part 2, but nope.
It would have happened if they hadn't, if Fan Forsic had not flopped.
Again. Because Silver Surfer has cool powers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, that was our season 1 discussion of my this is my favorite comic book TV show ever.
I'm glad it's not on Netflix because If it was on Netflix, it'd be hard to find, and I don't want to watch it on a computer. I want to watch it on my big screen TV because, you know.
Watch it on my TV.
Talk to these people who've got Fantastic Four with Marvel.
Constantine.
Yeah. Talk to them.
Actually saw Constantine. I like that movie. And that's
I
gonna
just
be
bought it. I'm gonna watch it.
It's gonna be on CW as well, the show. So
Show is not Iron Fist.
Yeah, and Iron Fist, it sucks.
You know, Josh,
But hey,
you can make a claim about something without even watching it.
I can do that.
I'm sorry, the negative reaction. It's Arrow with a guy with an afro. That's basically what Iron Fist is, Sean. There, I saved you 20 episodes of your life.
Handle it, but
Batman Begins.
I can do what I want.
I'll see
that
Iron
show
Fist eventually, but I'd rather watch Luke Cage or Jessica Jones or
Yeah,
Daredevil. You can't stand the new Daredevil, Sean. I get it. I
watch Jessica Jones because at least you got a Raven hottie.
Oh my
You
God,
got
Kristen Ritter. Oh, my God.
I'm looking for
beautiful eyes and that dark hair. I'm like, I'm a brunette guy, and Melissa Benoist is a real brunette, which is awesome.
She was
like, she's not a natural blonde. She's a brunette in Whiplash, and I'm like, awesome. Your natural hair, your beautiful long brown locks.
Yes. She was a brunette before she went blonde. But
yeah, Sean, if you haven't seen Whiplash, see it. She is awesome in the movie with Miles Teller. Absolutely awesome. And J.K. Simmons scared me in that movie. He scared the bejesus out of me in that movie.
Yeah, but
he was like throwing things at Miles Teller. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is a disaster, dude. He's scary.
Yeah, Miles Teller was kind of a jerk to Melissa Benoist, but I understand it. So yeah.
I mean, he was getting tortured, just for playing drums. I'm like, good God, no wonder I don't play any instruments in real life. I wouldn't do that, no.
Since I play our guitar, drums, and piano. I'm really good at the piano.
That's cool, yeah, but not like, the way he did it in Whiplash. I'm like, it's just like a torture test, dude.
During church, I'm like, oh, that was...
No, so, that was over extreme, yeah. Girl, good show.
Look out.
It soared high in the ratings as well. That's why we still have it.
Yeah, and so take that, most of you critics and people who hate the show, because you can't stop the girl still from reaching the ratings. So yeah, let us know what you guys. Yeah, stay tuned for season 2 of Supergirl, our discussion coming next month after it's over. Let us know what you think of Supergirl season 1 down below. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you think the show's underrated? Do you think it's overhyped? I dare somebody to say this is overhyped, because I kind of feel like this show is a little underrated due to some audience.
I'm sorry it's not The Walking Dead or Stranger Things or freaking Game of Thrones. It doesn't need to be like that. It's not pandering. It's meeting our taste.
Yeah, and I may like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, and I may like Stranger Things, which is a cool callback to the 80s. That show is.
Yeah, I want to see it. But that show got so much praise last year. I'm like, really? That was like... Winona Ryder's in it. I want to watch it for her. So,
but yeah, let us know what you think of the show. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you think it's underrated? Do you think it's overhyped? Do you hate it? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's decent? And you can find John on his channels. On his channel, you can find Sean on his. Yeah, John Avenger. Also on Facebook and Twitter, you can find Sean on his Facebook and Twitter, and his YouTube channel, Avera200591. You can find me on my Facebook, my Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd. Also, I'm also available on the YouTube Friends group, which I created. I'm also available on Killer Flicks and the Nerd Pack group. So yeah, and if you like this, you can click right here, and we can all have a good time. So. until season 2 discussion, peace out, and you all have a good night.
Yes. Yeah. Good night, guys. See you later.
All right.